Medical Devices, Defibrillator, Lesson 2, How to use a defibrillator. This unit covers the basics of medical devices. The goal for this lesson is to learn about how to use a defibrillator. This is the content of this lesson. Every minute counts in treating the lethal ventricular arrhythmias, therefore defibrillation must be performed as soon as possible. In this lesson, the goal is to become able to perform defibrillation quickly in case of emergency by learning how to use a defibrillator. The device introduced in this lesson is the DC defibrillator that is used in medical facilities. First, when a lethal arrhythmia is identified, emergency response will be implemented according to each facility. These rules vary from facility to facility, such as increasing the number of staff or having an emergency card available. Next, prepare a defibrillator at the patient's bedside, and connect the paddle or tape-type paddle cable to the defibrillator. Then, turn on the defibrillator. Then, apply defibrillation gel to the paddle to prevent paddle burns. Please note that this is not necessary for the tape system. Next, press the paddle against the patient's upper right sternum and cardiac apex as shown in the figure. If there is no area to apply the paddle, find another area. It is important to keep the heart between the panels. Then, the next step is to charge the battery. If the symptoms require synchronization, make sure to act accordingly. Lastly, call out to the people around you, and discharge the battery when it is safe to do so. This is how to use a defibrillator in an emergency. There are precautions to be taken when using a defibrillator. The first is to make sure that no metal objects are touching the patient's body because of the possibility of burns at the contact area of the body. Secondly, if a pacemaker is implanted in the patient, avoiding the area when applying a paddle. Lastly, do not hold the paddle with wet hands with gel or water as the operator may be exposed to electric shock. Those are the things to be aware of when performing defibrillation. This is the end of Lesson 2, How to use a defibrillator. Make sure you've mastered the basics before you move on to the next level.